Welcome back. Today we're over here in the St. Mark's Wildlife Refuge, just up the road from the St. Mark's Lighthouse. We're in the area that's known as the Stony Bayou area. When you're coming down Lighthouse Road, it's the first big body of water on the left. We're going to hike today. We're going to hike around Stoney Bayou 1 and Stoney Bayou 2. This is the trail we'll be taking. It's a total of 5.5 miles. This is a man-made area on the leeves that you're going to see here. They were made by the Civilian Conservation Corps, I think in the 1920s or 1930s. Stony Bayou 1 is a saltwater pond. There's dykes on 3 sides, and the 4th side is the Lighthouse Road. On the south side, there are some dykes that were constructed here to allow biologists to control the water levels to support nesting birds. Some of the wildlife you might see in this area on Bayou 1 is going to be bald eagles, maybe belted kingfishers, coastal birds. A note here is the road on the left that we're going to start on is part of the Florida National Scenic Trail. We're going to turn off of that though, and we're going to take what's known as the Stony Bayou Loop. Now the pond in the second pond that we're going to come to is freshwater. We may see such things as alligators, migrating birds, and maybe even some waterfowl. We're going to start here and work our way around. You can see this green line is the Lighthouse Road coming in. We're going to start here and follow, and the path we're going to take is everything I've highlighted in red. So let's get on down the road and get going and see what we can come across. Nice and cool here. About just a little before 9. Wind's blowing, about 54 degrees. First really pretty day we've had this year. In October. I think October 8th actually. Hack made it 20 steps from the car. There's a giant blue heron right there. Maybe we're gonna see some game today. Sitting on the edge of this creek. Got a little spillway here that comes under. We'll have to walk over. And these aren't just water flow throughs. There's gates in them. Not sure how well you can see that down there. They use it to control the level here of the water. Keep in mind, this front body over here to our right is salt water. They have a good path cut down through here. Let's ease on down it and see what else we see. There's going to be the Stony Bayou number 2, go off that way, come back, and as far as you can see back there, we're going to go down there and go around to the Stony Bayou 2. Then as far as you can see back there, we're going to come around and all the way back and walk the road back. What you see on the right is more like marshlands. Here on the left, a lot of lily pads and sawgrass, different types of cane. Very good area through here too for butterfly watching, flowers. I mean, you can see the wide array of flowers here. All different types. Most of what I expect to see on this front half are birds, coastal type birds. When we get to the back section, I hope to see some alligators. Heard something splashing in the water over there, but I don't see it. Got those lily pads, and this one is blooming. If you'll notice, you can see the white blooms on them. Sitting on the water. Very pretty. The sun's starting to come up. It's a little cold. It's hard for me to kind of get motivated right now. Notice some cool red flowers here. To the right here, we're coming up on a little spot. It may just be where trees were. It looks like posts sticking out of the ground. We'll have to see when we get a little closer. Yeah, it was definitely just trees. As we get closer, you can tell one of them was a palm, different things. Let's keep an eye out. This area's got a lot of history with the lighthouse being at the end. Civil War history. Just to give you an idea, we haven't really went that far yet. Let's show you where the car is. Right down there. Now here, looks like something may have caught a bird. Or it had been up here and already dead when they mowed this. Hard to say. But those don't look chopped up to me. We have some type of waterfowl here. Let's see if we can ease up on it. Right in the middle of your screen. Oh, he went under. See there, he just come back up. Enjoying the day out there swimming. Up ahead to the left, see a little peninsula made out where we can walk out. See both sides on the canal. Go up there and check that out. Kind of push you out where you can get a vantage point down both sides of this little canal. See if we can have a look. That's back toward the car. Big pond on that side of the embankment. Come around. And here's that side of the canal. See if we can get a little closer shot of one of them flowers on them lilies. He's on back out and he's on down the trail. I am seeing a few butterflies. Not really getting close enough to them. Still lots of flowers and colors down here though in October. The canal on the left is ending. On the right, this pond is separated from Stony Pond number 2 by this dike up here. If you can see that going across. We're coming up on this first intersection. Here. And you can see you can go right or left. If you'll only go with Stony Bayou Pond 1, you'd go right at this intersection. If you're just trying to see coastal birds. You see it out there, just to give you an idea. We are parked straight down there. There's a bird. Another heron. See him there in the middle of the screen? But we're not gonna go right. I'm wanting to see maybe some big alligators. From what I read and studied, our best chance on that is Stony Bayou Pool 2, which is mostly freshwater. So we're gonna go left and circle around. And then when we come back from Stony Bayou 2, we should pass right by the end of this road coming back. So instead of going right, let's go left. We're gonna pass over another one of these flow control gates, even though it's growed up all around it. And there's your one last look at that straight canal. This is where we're headed now. You can see the pines. All kinds of trails down here. As you walk here, be aware on the left. There's some water here and there. You never know when that elusive bird might be hiding in there. One thing different on this end from the other end, there's a few more trees. If you notice, there were hardly any trees down around the saltwater area. Here we can see a clump of palms, and off the left side here are some palms mixed with some pines. It's a little different area down here. See that old heron flying across there? So far on the right, we have one stream of water here. You can't really get to it unless you trudge through a lot of mud, but it is beautiful. But over here on the right, or on the left, see that pretty? You can tell it's about 12 to 15 foot lower than it is over here. Let's keep moving. There's that patch of palm trees I showed you. I would about bet, based on some of the other places I've seen that on the coastline, there's probably rocks in there that could possibly be part of the old salt works that was here. We're not going to go out there to that today. I don't have my sons with me. I told my wife I wouldn't get off the main trails. This part of the trail that we're on now is actually part of the Florida Scenic Trail System. It cuts through and goes to the Pinhook crossing on the Pinhook River, Pinhook Creek, where the old train used to cross. We have now passed that pine thicket that was on the left. Come out and you can see the plateau there. Palm trees scattered across it. Over here's our freshwater side. It's so thick though. So far you can't really see nothing in it. Just to kind of give you an idea where we're at. This is the way we just came. Way across there, you can see that body of water. That's where we walked in by. That's the dike going across that we ain't gonna go down. And then this is our freshwater side. We're gonna circle around and come out through that side over there. Just easing through. Not much wildlife, but we are seeing a lot of plants here. A lot of this area is growed up so thick on both sides, you can't really see the water without walking down into it, and it's so muddy. We just ain't gonna do that today. Finally come to a little spot where we can see some fresh water. something I'll bring you in. So far, what little bit of it I can get to, I have seen no gators. So far. We still got a long way to go. We're still easing along. Real thick on the edge of this. So this probably would not be a good place for children. They can't get to the edges unless you just want them to see what's flying by. You can see the trail follows that tree line up there. All right, in this canal on the right, we do have a gator. I doubt you'll be able to tell much about him with this cell phone camera, but that's him right there. Just laying there lounging. Enjoying his day. Maybe they're getting up and starting to move around now. See another duck. See him right in the middle of the camera swimming. He went under. We're slowly making it. Starting to see a few birds. That wind's blowing like hell, so I'm sure that ain't helping. As we're walking, I can see a stand of palms across there, so we know there's some high ground. A lot of ducks over here of some sort. Playing and enjoying the day. Places down here, the lantana has about took over. You can see the seed pods on it there. A lot of lantana here. So far for me, this part of this trail, I would not call this really a scenic trail. If your goal was to come photograph migratory birds during certain parts of the season, maybe yeah. But other than that, it's so growed up, you can't really see anything. And you can't really get to the water because it's so muddy. And then, if you're just an average trail walker and you don't have money and good camera, it's probably not even the best place for that. You can't really get there with a zoom lens, without a zoom lens, on just a regular iPhone camera. If I'd realized that, I would have brought a better camera. You learn as you go. Reached a little spot here where it seems to be a little more open. You can see what I mean. The average person ain't gonna walk through that to get near the water's edge. Don't take me wrong, I think this is a really awesome trail and spot, but not for the weekend tour and taking your kids. I will come back, I will bring a better camera with a zoom lens, find out more about the migratory season. We're now coming down to the end. You can see that's where the trail cuts back and starts going back to that tree line where the highway is. There's some more birds. Wasn't expecting to see that today. And he is drying his wings. See if we can ease up a little closer. I know I'm bouncing you everywhere. See another gator. If he don't go under, can't see much of him though. So far I ain't seen none laying on the banks. Right in the middle of the screen. Or if they are, you can't see them. It's so thick. So we're now approaching the far end of Stony Bayou number 2. And that's a look back at where we came. That far tree line over there is where the road is that we parked on. Way over there. We're gonna ease on up, make that bend, and just work our way back, all the way back. As we approach the end, you can start to see some hardwoods, some cypress trees. You can tell the landscape's changing. And back that direction, if you went, you'd come to the Pinhook and the Osceola Rivers. It's windy, I know, just hang in there with me. I sure love to look at them woods. Wish my sons was with me. I'd like to go hike at. We should be reaching an intersection up here where you can go left to stay on the Florida Trail or go right and just circle back around the Mounds pools, or not Mounds, Stony Bayou pools. There should be a water regulation gate under the road. Let's ease on up here and see. Just seen an old good sized gator right there. Now he's put his tail under. Let me see if you can see. He's just easing along, enjoying his day. Here's our intersection and our floodgates. Get up there, I'll talk to you just a minute. Catch my breath. Just like those first floodgates we come across. And you can see over there's another one under that side. Now if we was to go left here, we would be going back toward Taylor County, toward Pinhook Creek and toward Osceola. We could actually come up to the spot on Pinhook Creek where the crossing is, where the train used to come across, which I want to do, but we're not going to do it today. We're going to go right here and circle back around the end of the Bayou pools. But eventually, I will be coming down. We'll go to the old Pinhook crossing over toward Osceola. So let's ease on around. We're about halfway through our journey now. This is where we at on the map. It's about 11:30 now. So I guess we've been on the trail about two and a half hours, I think. That's the way to Pinhook Creek. We probably will walk right there and have a look at that overpass. That's the way we just came. And to the left over there is Stony Bayou, number 2. Let's walk over here and see what this looks like. I really want to do this section of trail. This is actually the direction going toward Pinhook where the Florida State Trail continues. Got that water rolling out there. So let's ease on around Stony Bayou here on the end. Hoping we'll get something open on up where we can get some pretty scenic views. Of course, from this corner, that is a pretty good view across there. So far, it's a lot prettier on this side. Looking back the way we just came. The St. Mark's Lighthouse is straight ahead. And the Gulf is over to the left and straight up. There's a little peak off to the left. Yeah, it's a lot more open on this end. You can see a lot more of the water. Well, there's some kind of animal poop, and it ain't deer. Might be a hole. Whatever it is, there's a lot of it in this area. I don't believe it's hog. Might be a good place to get some pictures if you was willing to just sit here and wait and wait and wait. Looked like it might have been from yesterday though. Of course, I ain't no poop expert. Now this is a beautiful little section here. It's open, you can see. Be a good spot to come sit with a chair and a camera on a tripod with a good lens. Here's a different kind of poop. Now this would be if you wanted to get some wildlife photos, would be the strip to do it. You can tell there's a lot of activity coming back and forth between that marsh. Imagine if you set you up a chair and a blind here, probably what you're gonna see is bear, hogs, and some deer coming through this area. That's just a guess, though. Now rolling up on the far end, we're gonna cut and go back this way. I'll show you when we get up there where we are on the map. Look like some more control floodgates up here. You just have to be here to appreciate this. Just come across another gator swimming here by the edge. They're just taking it easy. It's a beautiful day. Truly is. He ain't no hurry, he's just laying there, hanging out. This little creek runs across the left side here. Looks like there might be a gator laying out in it as we're coming up to this intersection. Give you a little round shot here before we make the corner. That's where we just come from. To the left there's where we're headed. Seize on up here. Another set of floodgates. These on out. Here's where we are on the map. We're not going to go left. We're going to look left. We're going to go right. I see a sign here. Let's see what that sign says. Trail, mile 8.5 or 85, I can't tell. Anyhow, that's the way we're going. And that's another way. This looks like this is going to be a good open place on both sides. Some kind of little gnats flying everywhere. I see you down here. Just to give you an idea of where we at. The car is parked way through there on that tree line where the main road. We've came all the way down through that tree line to that corner, made a right, came down all the way down to this corner and made a right. Now we headed in that direction, which is back toward the St. Mark's Lighthouse Road. There are a lot of colorful flowers still out. They're not in bunches, but they're there. That's what my granddaughter likes when she comes with me, Swamp Princess. That's what I love too about these trips like this, when you're not really hunting history. You're just hunting what's there. It's pretty. The amount of nature that's out there, look at that. A lot of dragonflies out today too. Off to the left of the trail here, headed back towards St. Mark's Lighthouse Road, you can see a whole stand of dead trees. And I did just pass another set of hikers back there. So there are some other hikers out here today. Out here, kind of strange. All I've seen so far is palms and a few pines. But you can see the stand of oaks that reaches back. Here's an oak here, and there's a couple more up there. We've gotten a little closer to where those oaks reach out through there. I really want to walk that. That's possibly where there may be some salt works. You can tell it circles around. But today I'm pressed for time, and that's not on the agenda. So we'll have to come back and do that. And it may not be salt works. It may be when the Corps of Engineers come in here and dug and made part of this, where they piled the dirt and worked their drag line. I don't know, but the only way to know is to walk it. But you can tell, probably is where they dug it. As you can tell, it circles around. Now I'm on the other end of that. Down there's where we was, and I showed you. The more I'm looking at it, I'd bet that's where they dug this. They probably piled the dirt as they were driving to get their equipment and worked their way back around to the other side to get back out on the road. I still want to walk it though. As you can see, this side of Stony Bayou number 2 is a lot more open. So if you're not really coming to do some serious photography with good lenses, instead of going in from the road to the left, I would start the Stony Bayou tours on the second road down on the right of the first Stony Bayou. Much more open, easier to travel. This is on the left, looking back toward the St. Mark's Road, coming down the side of Bayou Pool number 2. And this is Bayou Pool number 2. Keeping in mind that that's where we came in earlier across there. Where I told you the road went back toward Pinhook is in that corner. The car's that way. Oh, kayak would be fun over here. Well, it's about 12:15. We're about 3/4 of the way through our hike. Almost 3/4. There are some really nice views up here on this left side. Just encountered another hiker. We're now coming back up on Stony Bayou 1 and leaving Stony Bayou 2. This intersection we're coming to now, if you remember when we come in earlier, first intersection we come to, I told you if we took a right, we'd cross the levee that separated Pond 1 and Pond 2. And on the way back, we'd come out on the other end of it. Well, that's where this road is. See some kind of platform out there of some sort. Probably at one time had a dock or something going to it. Just to kind of give you a view here. That's mound 1, stone, not mound. That is Stone Pond 1, Stony Bayou 1. Looking back towards St. Mark's Road. This is over to the left on the canal. Looking back at Stony Bayou 2 and the levee that separates them. This is the way we just came. We're headed this way. This side of Stony Bayou 1 too is much more open than the opposite side. Looks like up ahead we got multiple flow control gates together. Stopping my hands, there's a bunch of people there. Looks like you use these winches to open them up. See all the oyster shells on them. Come across old bench here and a rock. What's that rock say? Core Red Giddens, wildlife and wetlands from this area are family dedicated in his memory. Wildlife biologist, St. Mark's National Wildlife, 1934 to 2008. Let's keep moving. Bird spot. This is the side over here I should have come in on. It's much more scenic. It's definitely the side to come in on. Look like they got a hog trap set up. Trying to catch them up, I reckon. Not sure what that is. That's some kind of bridge or what. See if we can get to it. If we can, we'll check it out. We can't get into it, it's locked up. We're about here on the map. Making our way. If you look, you can see the cars on Lighthouse Road. We're getting back close. Butterflies all over this lantana. We're now coming back up on the highway. Now we gotta hike down the highway about a mile back to the car. Little pan shot from the road. Well, we made it. We're back here at the car now. Seeing a few ducks swimming there. Well, we made it. We're back here at the car now.